Are you ready to go the distance with Tricia's Disney pick? Or will Melinda deliver a Jurassic-sized knockout punch with her universal choice on this episode of Theme Park Throwdown? Welcome back to another thrilling match of Theme Park Throwdown. Did you vote on your favorite fighter this past week? Because the results are in, and the champion of the original Parks Throwdown was Universal. Wah, wah.
Sorry, Tricia.
I'll live.
Will you? You got another shot
that is a big announcement that Universal won. And also, Melinda has some other news.
I do. So we have some exciting news about the podcast. We are officially going to be joining the UUOP network and their family of podcasts. So that's really exciting for us to kind of gain a bigger audience and to be able to collaborate with other network podcasts. And so it's something we're really excited about. And everybody go check out all the other shows.
So this week, we're a tag team event where Melinda's top 3 Universal Orlando Legacy attractions take on my top 3 Disney World ones. Who will be throwing the best punches in this match? Let's start with Melinda.
I will start. All right. So the 3 legacy attractions, meaning 3 attractions that opened with their respective parks. So I'm going to start off with my favorite attraction across all 4 Universal Orlando Resort parks, which is E.T. the Adventure. E.T. opened with Universal Studios Florida when the park opened in June of 1990. And this ride puts you on a little bicycle right in the middle of the E.T. movie. But as Steven Spielberg says, don't worry, you don't have to pedal. You are going to go through different movie scenes, like running away from the cops and flying over the city and across the moon with E.T. in your little basket on your bike. But you also get to meet some of E.T.'s friends and family once you help him to finally go home to the Green Planet. I love this ride personally because it hits so heavy with the nostalgia factor. If you are a fan of that movie, if you are a fan of Steven Spielberg, that attraction is going to hit you right in the feels. And the smell alone is going to completely transport you to a different world. If you know, you know.
It's a great
So
smell.
it's not necessarily, it is. It's fantastic. And I will say, they have so many like candle companies and stuff that make candles that are supposed to smell like it. None of them smell like it. They all suck. It's always a disappointment. So it's not necessarily anything innovative or technologically advanced or anything like that. It's very similar to like a Peter Pan's Flight style ride at Disney World, if you're not familiar with ET. But it's just got this undeniable adorableness and so much whimsy, and it makes it a common favorite for park goers and for both young kids and adults. My favorite, it's my son's favorite, has been since he was a kid. Absolutely love it. So
I have to say, I love the part where, like, when the first time I rode it, I didn't know that E.T. was like in the basket because you don't see him at the beginning.
Yeah. If you're not in the front row, he's hard to see.
And so, like, we rode it several times, and when we were in the front row and his little head rises up, I was like, ah, like fangirling over E.T. in the basket.
There's so many like fun little Easter eggs and stuff too. Like, I don't know if you've ever paid attention to the police officer that's driving the cop car, but he looks like Michael Jackson. It's really funny. It's something that makes me laugh every time I ride that ride, is that he looks like Michael Jackson. And then it's always you're always kind of challenging ET to see if he's going to say your name at the end of the ride, because it only works like a quarter of the time. So that's kind of a you never know what you're going to get. Um,
It's true.
but I just love it. It's just so cute. All the little baby ETs banging on their drums and everything. It's just adorable. So I will move on to the second legacy attraction, and this one's going to take us over to Islands of Adventure, where the Jurassic Park River Adventure opened with Islands on May 28th of 1999. This ride originally debuted in Universal Studios Hollywood, and it actually opened before the movie Jurassic Park even premiered in theaters. They were kind of created at the same time, and they just so happened to finish the ride before the movie even came out. So it was kind of a good promotional tool for them for the movie. Um, but this
Can I
ride is
stop
going
you
to
for a
take you on a
second?
riverboat. Please.
I just
What?
want to say, like, that's ballsy on the part of Universal. I feel like
They were putting a
Disney
lot of
will
stock
put
in it.
Disney puts IP in the park like 6 years after the movie has grossed them like a crap ton of money.
After
So,
nobody
like,
cares about it anymore.
kudos to you, Universal.
You are right about that. That was a risk. That was a risk. But they already had such a good relationship with Steven Spielberg. So I think like I mean he doesn't make anything bad. So
True.
they knew it was gonna be okay at least. They were hedging their bets a little bit there. But anyways, you're gonna take a riverboat tour through a nice serene dino park. But then suddenly your boat is knocked off course by a sometimes present and sometimes mysteriously absent hadrosaur, and you're routed through the dreaded raptor paddock. You have to make your way through a horde of raptors, Dilophosauruses, and finally a giant T Rex before plunging into safety. Um, this ride is iconic. If you are a fan of the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise, you can't not love this ride. Because it really does like it is ripped straight from the movie. There are so many iconic scenes and images. Like you can drive past it. It looks like you're driving past part of a forest and the trees are rustling in the background because there's supposed to be raptors running through them and just little things like that that are so great and add so much to it. Um, and you do get a few awesome jump scares as well. Now, for some eagle eyed fans, you might also have noticed that in early iterations of the ride, there was a not so subtle little dig at Disney World, where the scene where you first see the crashed boat, there are two little compy dinosaurs that are fighting over a torn vest of like what would be a Jurassic Park employee. And there's a little name tag on the vest that said Mickey. And if you
Oh
are familiar
no.
with the Hollywood version of the ride before they transformed it into Jurassic World a few years ago, there was actually a floating Mickey ear hat, like floating in the water too. So Universal's not afraid to stick a little dig in there. Um, now they don't. They took Mickey off the name tag, and now the name tag will display the name of the Universal team member that is Employee of the Month that month. So, I mean, that's still kind of cute, but it's nowhere near as fun. So, um, this is technically a water ride, but as long as you don't sit in the first row, um, you shouldn't get too wet, and so your socks, shoes, and hair should be safe. That was
Okay.
one issue I had is I have been on this ride probably hundreds of times. And somehow I had never sat in the front row until the first time that I went to take my son on this ride. And I wasn't worried about him being scared of the dinosaurs, but he hates getting wet. And so I promised him and I assured him, you don't get that wet. Your hair might get a little wet. You might get a little on your face, but you're not going to be soaked. And we ended up in the front row of that boat and we might as well have just jumped in the pool with our clothes on. And the first thing he said when we got down that hill and we splashed up, Mom, you lied. I was like, oh no.
Oh
Because
dear.
we were soaked to the bone. It was terrible. But it was still so much fun and he did it. I was very proud of him. So
Well,
I think
you've
that's a
been on
very
it. you've been on it hundreds times more than me. I've actually never ridden this because I hate getting wet. I hate getting wet, and that's why I've never ridden it. I'm sorry.
If you can manage to get a smack dab in the middle seat on that ride, you will get like 2 drops of water. I've definitely ridden it many times and not gotten wet at all. But
Okay.
and I'm
Okay.
gonna
Well,
finish. What?
I'm just gonna say I might bring a poncho. We'll see. I'm not a big fan of drops
Hey,
either.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a poncho. Don't
So
ever get on Popeyes.
there's got to be at least one other person that will listen to this and has never ridden it. Have you also done Tiana's Bayou Adventure or back when it was
I
Splash
haven't.
Mountain? So see, we
Oh, I've
can't
done Splash
compare. So I'm
Mountain.
like,
No,
okay,
I've done Splash
how
Mountain. I haven't
how
done
how
Tiana
is
yet.
how are the two drops in comparison? Because I don't like huge drops. Are they
It's a big one.
similar? Ugh.
It's a big one.
Okay, someone's gonna have to duct tape me
do.
to the seat if they want me on that ride.
I don't know the exact stats, and it is the feel of the drop. I think even if the like heights are the same or the angle are the same, it feels like a much bigger drop than it is because you're in such a large boat full of people. These
Okay.
boats have 5 rows of people, and you can fit like 5 people across. And so
Okay, yeah.
they pack you in there, and when you're in such a like large structure and you're not like kind of held in by that little log, it makes a difference and it feels a bit scarier for sure. I I am notorious for there's not really like a lap bar. It's kind of just this
Mm.
big giant, I guess it's a big giant lap bar, but it pulls down over everyone. And I am notorious for, okay, I wish I was recording this on video so y'all could see it, but I will take one arm and wrap it underneath the bar and take the other arm and wrap it on top of the bar like I am hugging it for dear life. And that's how like every picture of me on this ride is just like holding on with everything I can, white knuckled, with both arms
Oh my.
wrapped around this giant safety bar.
Oh, that's
Anyways,
funny.
it is one of I love that ride though. It is absolutely iconic. If you are even remotely a fan of dinosaurs or Jurassic Park, you got to do it. It's a must do. Although you can't do it right now because it's closed for the next year because they are doing a major overhaul of it, and they haven't announced yet whether they are um, doing the transition to Jurassic World like they did in Universal Studios Hollywood, or if they are just, doing a very lengthy refurbishment on maintaining the Jurassic Park River Adventure. But we shall see
Would
how
you
that
have a
goes.
hope which way it goes? Would you rather it stay the same, or are you hoping they upgrade to the new IP?
I do think that the new one in Hollywood is incredible. I've never been there, so I can't say that I've ridden it, but I've watched 8 million videos of it and it looks awesome. However, again, with the nostalgia, that's everything for me. And so I think I would rather them maintain River Adventure in Orlando so that they can kind of have both. They've got World in Hollywood and they've got Jurassic Park in Orlando. So I would rather it stay the same, but it does it she needs a cleanup. She needs a makeover. So we'll see. Um, but I'm gonna finish my section off with a banger. An attraction that totally changed the game for really just 4 theme park rides. And it was at the top of its class for innovation and technological advancement. And that is The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. Now, please tell me you've done this one.
Oh yes, very much so.
Okay, good.
We like it. We're
Otherwise,
fans.
that's just unacceptable. Okay. Again, opening with Islands of Adventure in 1999, this ride was one of the first of its kind when it comes to 3D and simulation technology. It was the first ride ever to use the Stewart platform, which allows vehicles to move 360 degrees around instead of just on a horizontal axis like all of its predecessors. And it was also the first ride to use a 3D projection technology called squinching, which I think is a hilarious word, which counteracts distortion in 3D images. So these
Hmm.
were really new technologies that were created specifically for this ride and really just set it apart from anything that had existed previously.
They needed
So
to
Spidey's
do
gonna take you through the city.
they need to do some
What?
squinching on Soren with some of those. I mean,
Oh
those
yeah,
they I know they upgraded the film so it's less bendy, but it's still not
less
great.
bendy.
They could
I
take
love that
some
ride. Yeah, I love that ride, but she needs some help.
yeah. Come
I
on,
do.
Spidey, get over there,
So
work your magic.
yeah, there's a YouTube channel called Mammoth Club, and they cover all things Orlando theme parks. I absolutely love them. If anybody needs any tips and tricks or park insight or anything like that, they are incredible. Go and watch their stuff. But um, Molly from Mammoth Club calls Soarin' everyone's mom's favorite ride, and I take slight offense to that now because I really love that ride. But I get it, and she's not wrong. Anyways, so Spidey's going to take you through the city of New York and put you right in the middle of the action in his fight against Doc Ock, the Hobgoblin, and Scream with his terrifying tongue. This ride is commonly referred to as one of the best dark rides in the world, and it has won the Golden Ticket Theme Park Award for the best dark ride 12 years in a row. So take that, Peter Pan's Flight. One, one interesting tidbit is that the ride's producer, who's named Scott Trowbridge, now works for Walt Disney Imagineering. So, I mean, basically, you have Universal to thank for all the cool new Disney rides. That's what I got to say about it. Critics at park opening described the ride as an incredibly sophisticated attraction, and one even said that it was bound to become one of the all time attractions of theme parks anywhere. Bring it,
Mm.
Disney.
Oh, sweating. I'm sweating over here a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be
Give
able
me
to
what you
top
got.
this. All right. Well, I got to start with a little musical interlude here. It's a
Here.
world of laughter, a world of
Oh, no.
tears. That's I would
Okay,
say
I've
that.
already won. Universal
Okay,
won.
that's right, folks.
Do you know my story
As
about getting stuck on that ride?
no,
I
okay.
got stuck on
Intermission.
Small
Time
World.
out. What is this? Okay,
I got
how
stuck
long?
on Small World for like half an hour, 35 minutes. And
That's
the
like
song never
29
stopped.
minutes too long.
The song
Oh
never stopped.
God.
Right? It's terrible.
All
It's
right.
so terrible. That song
That
will haunt me in my dreams.
that's not
Between
ideal.
between the fact
Um,
that they never shut off the music and they never shut off those animatronic dolls, those run all
yeah.
night, every night. But no, no ma'am. No ma'am. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm actually going to talk about Carousel of Progress. I was just throwing you guys for a loop
Huh,
because I thought it'd be funny to sing It's a Small World and off key
you're just
and
throwing
like
me a
not
left hook there.
the right. I am. Anyway, so as part of the 1964-65 New York World's Fair, this legend predates the parks. And of course, that's, like I said, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. The current rendition is about 20 minutes long. So if you're really not a fan, it's 20 minutes of air conditioning nap time. Filled with audio animatronics, the show rotates viewers through different decades, showcasing advancements in technology, starting in the 1890s through present-ish day. The wardrobe in that last scene could use a bit of an update. To enhance its legacy status, Carousel of Progress features the song It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, written by yet more legends, the Sherman Brothers. Big updates are coming in the very near future, either like this year or next. they're going to be
Or like
adding
10
a
years from now,
Walt.
Disney style.
Hey, like, let me have my dream until it doesn't happen. Um, Walt will be joining the opening scene as an audio animatronic, and hopefully, however he is renditioned for this coast, it has less spicy words, shall we say, compared to the West Coast that has already received a Walt that people argue does not look like him. But I think it's going to be pretty neat to have, his one of his iconic attractions that he introduces. We'll get to hear his words.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I think
really
that's
like if
awesome. I
we
really do like that.
exactly like he nothing against Universal, but Walt was a visionary when it came to theme parks. Like we do have to
Absolutely.
thank him for any of anything being around. Like, and I'm sure if it wasn't him, someone would have eventually come around. He was just a lucky guy who started all of this. So,
I mean, he had the brains
like,
for it. Have you watched the handcrafted documentary on Disney Plus about the making of Disneyland?
I have not yet. I have a hard
It's
time with those
wild.
documentaries. I don't sometimes
Okay.
I just don't want to pull back the curtain too far, you know? I'm afraid to watch
That's
it,
fair.
but I also really want to know what's going on.
I mean, it's
So,
Disneyland, not Disney World, so at least you get a little bit of separation there. But it's
that's true.
absolutely fascinating. For y'all that don't know, that park was built in 1 year.
Yeah.
So,
Now it takes Disney to
it
build an attraction in 10 years. What
right,
happened?
right. Where'd that go off the rails? Yeah, 1 year, 1954 to
That's crazy.
1955, and that park opened, which
Wild.
is it is bonkers, but
Mm,
it's a really cool documentary. Everybody should go watch it. Anyway,
okay.
I do
I'll
like the
add it to
addition
my
of
queue.
Walt Disney. I think that is I think that's something that's needed in that park. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Might cause me to
Okay. I
actually
might have
ride that ride. I've never ridden it.
Okay. So if I ride Jurassic Park, then you have to ride Carousel of Progress.
I
And
will.
then we have to report
I was
back.
planning on riding it when I go in March, actually, because I want to
Okay.
do all the rides that I've never done before. So it's on the agenda.
I like that. I like that. All right. So I may have bent the rules with this second one. It's still a legend, but I don't believe it opened with Hollywood Studios back when it was MGM Studios, and that is Star Tours. I would be remiss if I
Okay.
didn't pick Star Tours because of my love for Star Wars. And you will find that out about me if you continue to listen to our podcast. I'm not trying to pull a Jedi mind trick on you, but this attraction opened in December 15th of 1989. And it was at that time the most advanced ride blending motion-based flight simulators with audio animatronics and state-of-the-art filmmaking. So it's thanks to Star Tours and the team that pushed theme park attraction boundaries that both Disney and Universal have the attractions they do today. I'm looking at you, Rise of Resistance, and Spider-Man. So I just wanted to pause there because when you were talking about Spider-Man, I was like, oh, that is so cool because, I had this thing on Star Tours and it's like, I know that there's some people who are like staunchly Disney, staunchly Universal, but like, how cool is it that like
Yeah.
they play on each other and it's only making
Oh
enjoyment
yeah.
better for guests that go to either park? So, like,
Friendly
look, I
competition
mean,
is where it's at.
exactly. Like, you look at Rise of Resistance and then you look at like Epic Universe and some of the stuff they have in there, and you're
Mm-hmm.
just like, well, holy cow, that's like, you know, or
Yeah,
insert
everybody's
any
got to
other word you
continue
wish
to raise
there.
the bar, and
Yeah.
yeah, and they push each other to be better and more innovative and more exciting, and we reap the benefits of it. So heck yeah,
100%. So in
I'm not mad
2011,
at it.
Star Tours in 2011 Star Tours received some upgrades and The Adventure Continues was added to the title because we can't have short titles on any of the attractions in any park that exists.
No,
I have to say I am a huge fan of the queue. Specifically, there's two spicy droids in there. One's like TSA, like checking your bags. And then there's another one that's like up right before you enter the area where you get your glasses and they like cue you for the ride. And they're just so funny to listen to. I have to say, I don't feel like this attraction gets as much love from like guests because it's almost always a walk on.
Yeah.
So there are times
Yeah.
where I will literally like pull off to the side just to listen to the droids and let people go by me because it's just so funny what they
Aw.
say.
This is
But
another one
anyway,
that I have done this before. I have not done it since it got the like Star Wars update because it
hmm
makes me nauseous. So,
yeah, that is a
um,
challenge.
I would like to do it on this upcoming trip. We'll see how brave I get. I do remember liking it like as a kid. I do remember liking it a lot. So, it's just
Yeah.
me
Well,
being old and getting sick of everything
peppermint,
now that ruins
ginger, those little like sea bands you'll be walking in with.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the beauty of this attraction is its rewritability. And you can't say that
Mm,
for every attraction because it's like the same. But with this one, because of all
for
the
sure.
different segments that can be put together, you can ride this to over 250 times and not experience the exact same ride, which I think is pretty amazing.
Holy crap.
Um,
Okay.
and
Okay.
on top of on top of all of that, one lucky passenger is chosen and featured on screen as the rebel spy, and it's every Disney's fanatic's dream to be that spy. And I have to say, after years of going, I finally was the rebel spy during marathon weekend for the very first time, and I was so excited.
Oh,
Like stupid
yay.
excited.
It was your reward. It was your reward for running a marathon.
That and going to Disney like 5,000 times, it finally paid off just for that.
That was your annual pass holder perk.
There you go. You get to be the spy.
You'll take what you
It only
get,
took
right?
it only took 22 years, but you got there or whatever. Anyway, so my
Nothing makes you feel better.
final my final attraction is not It's a Small World. It is the quintessential Haunted Mansion, which did open with Magic Kingdom on October 1st, 1971, and has since grown in popularity, boasting similar rides in most Disney parks worldwide, generating $300 million in revenue from 2 movies, not including the Muppet version, and inspiring countless collectibles from popcorn buckets to clothing to Loungefly backpacks. This slow-moving dark ride, also known as an Omnimover, takes you through spooky scenes in your very own Doom Buggy as you are introduced to a sort of retirement community for ghosts. That's how I see it. Increasing the mystery around the attraction is the lore of Constance Hatchaway, a bride who has been married 5 times, as her husbands always seem to lose their heads over her. The whimsical finish in the graveyard is elevated by the song Grim Grinning Ghost, composed by Buddy Baker, with lyrics by respected Imagineer Exentencio, and sung by none other than Tony the Tiger, a.k.a. Thurl Ravencroft. It has seen
He
a
also
few
sings
updates over the
Grinch.
years. Yes, that's true. So they had a celebrity, even back in the day. Um,
Oh,
but it has
stop
been
it.
seen a few updates over the years, including my favorite, the hitchhiking ghosts that join you for a short ride near the end of the attraction. The attraction will definitely have you hurrying back for more. I had to throw that in there.
I
That
love
creepy
it.
little girl at the end. Oh my God. That
Heck
voice
yeah.
always freaks me out.
Hurry
And I swear, if I
back.
ever get stopped on that ride, it's always like right there. Is there
Right
or when
there.
I'm
Yeah.
falling out
Same.
the
Same.
window and I can't see
Yeah.
anything and I'm just like on my back and I'm just like, this is
You're
how
laying
long
on your
am I
back
going to
and
be here? Like, I'm like, I really hope this starts soon. So yeah. But anyway, so those are my three. So Melinda, do you want to ring us out here?
will. All right. Did we score a hit and leave it all in the ring? We've got to hear from you. Vote in our Who Won weekly poll on social media. We are at Theme Park Throwdown on Instagram, Facebook. We're going to be on YouTube shortly. You can also shoot us an email at themeparkthrowdown@gmail.com. And those polls will be up. So get your votes in. And if you need help planning your next vacation, reach out to either one of us for all of your travel needs. You can go to portkeyvacations.com and fill out a quote request form to get started. And don't forget to request either Tricia or I to be your advisor. You can also check out all of our sister podcasts on the UUOP network. We've got the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, the Taste of Universal podcast, the Portkey Passport, a Disney podcast for adults, the Theme Park Duo for West Coast Parks, Rush of Fear, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast, and Big Dumb Stuff. And that's it for your throwdown this week. We'll see you next week in the ring.